Now on the phone is the governor of the great state of North Carolina, Pat McCrory. McCrory is with us, and he has just as of now declared a state of emergency. Governor, first of all, thoughts and prayers go out to everybody in your state. I hate to see what I'm watching. I'm very upset at so many people rushing to judgment here. Can you corroborate? Have you talked to the police chief? Can you corroborate what he said earlier today is true, that in fact a gun was found in this particular case and it wasn't a book?
That's correct. And I know this police chief. I was mayor of Charlotte for 14 years, from 1995 to 2009. I knew this police chief when he was a beat cop. He's one of the best there is, and I trust him immensely. And now that I'm governor of North Carolina, I'm going to do everything I can to support him and these police officers who are catching total abuse on the streets of a city that I love. And I've just declared a state of emergency. We're going to be bringing in National Guard right now to help the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department, and we're also going to be bringing in state highway troopers to supplement their needs, primarily to protect buildings so the police can arrest those necessary these people who are causing damage to buildings and also trying to harm people in the great city of Charlotte.
Governor, I have a lot of close friends in North Carolina, in Winston-Salem and elsewhere, and including Charlotte. How long will it take to get the National Guard there and other state officials there to help out this police department that seems really overwhelmed by the numbers of people that have been in the streets?
Well, we've got some on the ground right now, but you're probably talking about several hours because you got to make sure when they get there, I mean, they're not far by, but you've got to make sure there's coordination and they go to the right places because you don't want them to just rush in. You want it to be planned, and we're going to be working very closely with the chief of police there. And I've got I've been on the phone basically all day waiting for the directive, and I've had people getting prepared for this since 7 o'clock this morning, frankly, coming from all over the state.
Governor, have you heard from the president of the have you heard from the president of the United States yet?
I have not. No.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because I think this is very important. What does it mean? Would that mean a curfew in the city of Charlotte, sir?
No. Right now, the main thing that I'm doing is providing assets to the police department. I do think that's something that the City of Charlotte officials ought to consider for the City of Charlotte at this point in time, but I'm going to let them make that decision. As mayor for 14 years, I had some similar circumstances, although social media has changed dramatically since that point in time, and social media makes this much more difficult on police because of the activity that could be coordinated through social media. And frankly, the 24-hour news cycle doesn't help either because a lot of these people are playing the cameras. And in some areas, even in downtown Charlotte, we have a lot of media there and where some of them even outnumber some of the protesters. So there's some of that problem too. And we have similar problems throughout the United States. So a lot of these people are playing to cameras, and I encourage the media not to let them play to the cameras. Because that just puts our police in jeopardy, and that's what I care about right now is our very brave police officers. And it's a very, very stressful situation, and I'm going to do everything I can to protect our city, our state, and especially support our police during this time.
Well, Governor, we certainly support that goal of yours. Let me go back and talk about the Charlotte police chief. I believe his name is Kurt Putney. And he said he was very, very firmly today, he disregarded all of these, the differing narratives that have emerged, neighborhood residents saying that the man that was killed here, Keith Lamont Scott, was carrying a book. You have been able to confirm with the police chief that, in fact, a gun was apprehended from that individual?
That is my understanding in talking to city officials, but it'd be safer for me as governor to let the city officials respond. And I think it's very important for me to defer the details to the chief or to the mayor. I think it's very dangerous in these types of situations to have too many spokesmen. And I'm a former mayor, and I've never wanted the governor to be deferred to that's further away from the situation. I trust this police chief. He's got an excellent force there. and I've worked with them many years, and I used to ride with the police in Charlotte. It's a great city, and
it is a great city. I've been
there.
I've been there, Governor. It's a great city. I agree. Let me ask this. Can you confirm one piece of information for us? Can you confirm whether or not there is a videotape that will corroborate what the police chief said?
I will not confirm that, because I think it's up to the police chief to give those direct answers, or the mayor, and I'll let them deal with that. My job is to help the mayor and the police chief in protecting their city and protecting our state, and that's my major concern right now during this next 24, 48 hours. And it's very sad to see some people whose only interest is to cause trouble, and that's a very small minority of people in Charlotte. And some of these people are coming in from outside, driven by social media, and frankly want the publicity for devious reasons. So my main concern is our police officers now as we speak.
Are you confident, Governor, that with the extra resources you're providing by declaring a state of emergency, that this will be the last night of trouble like we've seen the last two nights?
That would not be a prediction that I would be able to make, because I've had these situations before as a mayor for 14 years, and I think that's a prediction that would be unwise to make, because it is not an exact science, especially with a social media environment in which people can coordinate very quickly, any place, anywhere, not just in Charlotte, but throughout the United States. But my job is to protect the people of North Carolina and to support our police, and hopefully we'll be arresting very shortly many more of these, the few agitators, because in the numbers that we see, it's actually a very small number of people causing a great deal of pressure and harm to our police on the streets right now.
Governor, if there is a videotape, and this now becomes an issue because it's an ongoing investigation, and you don't want to taint the jury pool.
Yeah, I got to get to work. With all due respect, I got to get to work. I've got
we appreciate
I got to help
you being
deploy
with
the
us.
National Guard. So I appreciate it, guys.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.